Well, here it is. It's been a long time. September 24th, 1957, Ebbets Field, the last professional game of Brooklyn by Brooklyn for Brooklyn. I get it. Number 42, Jackie Robinson, the whole shebang. 55 years, no gloves, no bats, no pads, no cleats, no skates, no sticks, no rims, no balls, nada. God, touching stories. This the sequel? We're no longer the borough with the hole in its soul. But let's talk about love. Love? Love. Is there a feeling more pure? It's sunshine, the air, your stoop, your block, your home, the things that shape us, the place we live. Let's talk about loyalty. Loyalty. Loyalty, the thing that binds us, is when you choose something important or when that something chooses you. Your career, your passions, your partner, your team. You only get one first. One first love, one first season. You only get one chance to truly be down from day one. I'm orange and blue through and through, and we're black and white, no shades of gray. Well, let's not tear this city apart. Let's bring it together under one roof to settle us the way real men do. With love, with loyalty. For the Nets, for the Knicks. You know, Brooklyn Dodger fans had a saying. I suggest you learn it. Wait till next year. My brother, I have to tell you, you're number one in my heart, but number two in New York. Hey, buddy, Knicks and Nets.
Miami Heat.
You're lucky.
This is a Silk exclusive.
Welcome to another episode of Words Music Dance. I'm your host as always, Paul the Bull, no relation to Gavano. And today we're going to do things a little bit different than you used to. So shout out to the listeners, shout out to the viewers. You know I appreciate you. But this one is personal. This one is close to home. Because as you guys can see, I am a Bulls fan. But it ain't about me today. It ain't about us. Because I'm a New Yorker. And New York, the city's so nice, they named it twice. You know what I'm saying, has had rivalries. There's been Yankees and Mets. And even though they don't play in New York, there's been Giants and Jets rivalries. There's been Rangers and Islanders. But today, we are talking about the Nets versus the Knicks. Or the Knicks versus the Nets, however you want to play with that. You know what I'm saying? So the Knicks have been the team for New York for the longest time. But back in, what was that, 2011, 2012, I want to say? When did the Nets come to Brooklyn?
Yeah, 2012.
The Nets came over. Jay-Z did some things with some Russian dude. I don't know if we cool with Russians, though, so we might want to check the books on that. But Russia and Jay-Z brought the Nets over here, and with it came a rivalry that I would say finally matters. You know, because when one team was up, the other wasn't. Now they both kind of up. But we've had the argument. I spoke to each one of y'all individually about this already. So that's why I said, you know what, we're gonna just get it all together, and we're gonna just have it out. So like I said, today's gonna be a special episode. We're gonna do a debate style, somewhat of a debate style. So I got a clock. We're gonna give everybody 2 minutes and 21 seconds because this is the 2021 vision. You know what I'm saying? Across all social media, like, subscribe, share, do all that good stuff, comment. You know what I'm saying? Do all that. So 2:21 will be the clock. Everybody's gonna get a chance to speak their piece on specific topics that I got laid out. And with me today,
Brooklyn, are you ready?
Jared, Brooklyn, since 01. Favorite net? Jason Kidd.
Bishop, St. Francis Prep High School, born and raised in Brooklyn. Brooklyn Nets fan since about 1996. Everything Brooklyn all day. That's it. Favorite net? I'll go with Jason Tatum.
Prelude.
We are the New York Knicks. 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 Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go. We're back on track on the floor, scoring more as 94, and the Knicks are hardcore. And I'll tell you like this, we ain't never looked sharper. With Hubert, Bonner, Gray, and Harper, it's the Knicks, and we're back on pace. Everyone's gearing up for the championship race, and the fans are going crazy, and they're doing it for a reason. Cause 94 is the Knickerbocker season. You better believe the Knicks got all that it takes. We're shooting three-pointers, and we're running fast breaks. And if your defense makes a mistake, then bam, you ain't dunks in your face. This is a team you don't wanna miss. We are New York. We are the New York Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go.
Louis Law, straight from Spanish Harlem, born and raised. Shout out to the Madison Rams. Been a Knicks fan since about 91, 92. Favorite Knick of all time, John Starks.
Mel, Brooklyn born, Bushwick raised, roots to Queens, but lifelong Knicks fan since 93. Favorite player was John Starks. When he came in yoked on Michael Jordan was the day I became a Knicks fan.
Say go New York, go New York, go. Go New York, go New York, go.
We need that last part. We need that last part. I asked y'all.
I'm surprised you waited that long to do it.
You talking about joking on Mike with that? We ain't talking about. You know what? Since we're still recording, and I figured there'd be some jokes, so I brought some friends with me just in case, because I knew y'all was gonna get at me. You know what I'm saying? So I had to bring some friends with me since y'all got all y'all paraphernalia. And
I got one moment on you, Paul. I got one moment on you. You ain't gonna let me have it.
So, just to let y'all know, whenever y'all want to throw a shot my way, I got 6 bullets. I got a 6-shooter right here. Okay?
Since when? Paul, I thought you were a Niners fan. Now you on some Cowboy-ish?
No.
Y'all ain't won in 20 years.
And y'all ain't winning.
Okay, yeah, you got me.
So again,
you can't do that, man.
if you send me shots my way, I got the 6-shooter on deck. Just letting y'all know.
You got me.
Okay.
You got me there.
So, like I said, this ain't about me or us. You know what I'm saying? But it could be if y'all want to go there, but we're not. And this is about the Knicks and the Nets. So right now, like I said, the arguments been going on. Whose town is it now? Does the Knicks still have the town? Did the Nets steal the town? So since the Knicks were the original team, I got a coin toss app here. So I'm going to let Lou, since you've been here before, Ramel, I'm going to let you call it. You the first time here. You the Knick. You got the, give you home court advantage. You know what I mean? So heads or tails?
Heads.
And it landed on tails.
Of course.
So Nets, y'all want to go first? Or y'all want to let them go first? Now, I'm gonna do it snake. The NBA do it, losers out. They call it in the basketball court, losers out. You score, they get the ball. So do you want to go first? Or do you want to go first? Who get the last word? Y'all know how to, so I'm gonna let y'all discuss that, how you want to do it. Talk among yourselves.
I think we should take the last word.
Yeah.
So you want to let them go first?
They start first.
All right, so Lou, Ramel, talk amongst yourselves. Who wants to kick it off? Who wants to go first? Again, you got 2 minutes and 21 seconds. Who's going first?
I'll go first. I'll take it.
Okay.
So what? I'm answering the question first, right? The question.
So right now we're focusing on whose town is it and why? You got 2 minutes, 21 seconds to break it all down. Whose town is it and why? You can see it.
Okay.
Your clock starts. It's in reverse. Now.
Right. The reason it's a Knick town, the media knows. It's Knicks for clicks. You start talking about the Knicks, everyone's listening. Whether you like us or you hate us, you're going to listen. The fans sell out. The team is worth the most money. The fans always come. We've been horrible for 20 years, and the Garden sells out. The Nets have been horrible for a year, and they moved the team from one state to another. right? At the end of the day, the media covers the Knicks more. The fan base is original. The fans take it. They take the pain. They take the pleasure. We actually pride ourselves in it. Most of the fans, the more you torture us, the more we dig our feet into it. The more we're going to defend our team. We're going to ride for our team, right? We have probably one of the top 3 worst owners in all of professional sports. And what do you hear from the Knicks? The fans. Well, it is what it is, right? We keep it pushing. New York, the Knicks fans are like the state of New York. No matter how much you beat on us, no matter how much you torture us, we're going to come back for more. We're going to fight you. That's what the heart of New York is. Ain't no walking away. You are what you are. You're going to pride yourself on it, and you're going to keep it pushing. I mean, like I said, you could be at the Garden in April, and the Knicks are 30 games under 500, and they're still screaming defense, defense. Do you hear that in Brooklyn? Nah. You go to a Brooklyn Nets game versus Knicks, I'm pretty sure it's 75% Knicks fans. I don't even need the rest of the clock. Words are said. It is what it is. You can carry on.
Okay, so still some time on the clock. He said, I don't need no more. So, all righty. Hold on. Let me reset the clock. All right, so now, Ramel, you are muted. So, Jared or Pete, who's going next?
Yo, Pete, take him out, bro.
All right, so Pete, the ball's been passed to you. Jared taking the Harden role and dishing the assist. All right, so 2 minutes, 21 seconds on the clock. Your clock starts as soon as you start talking.
All right, so the question is it a Knicks town or a Nets town? It's going to be a Knicks town. It is what it is. Nets fans, we don't care about it being a Knicks town. It's always been a Knicks town. And what has happened? Nothing. No championships have been brought. The winning seasons haven't been there. Owning the town don't mean jack. I don't care about that. All I care about is trying to win the chip. And in the last, 10, 20 years, we were in the playoffs 6 years out of those last 10, 15, 20 years. We've been there. We're just trying to just continue to build. Knicks is going to always own the town. It's been the Knicks, for the time I've been alive, the Nets were mostly in Jersey. We only been here for 10 years, not even. So, of course, you're going to have more Knicks fans. But it's slowly going to grow. There's slowly going to be more fans. And honestly, I don't care about how many fans is in the building. I don't care about, who's talked about in the media. I don't care about none of that. All I care about is the Nets and if they win a chip. That's all I care about, man. That's all that matters. They always try to talk about, the media knows, so, Knicks for clicks, whatever, like you said, Ramel. But the problem is, more often than not, they just doing that to joke on you. They like to say the Knicks name just to get y'all riled up because they know y'all gonna say something crazy or do something outlandish. Nets don't care about that, bro. We don't even listen to the radio for. Nobody talks about the Nets. We don't listen to the radio for Nets stuff and everything like that. There's podcasts for that. There's mad different stuff that we can listen to hear about people talk about our team. The radio don't do it because they don't want to. So it is what it is. But Nets is my team. It's always been my team. It's always going to be my team. But owning the town, that don't matter for nothing. If we don't win a chip, owning the town means jack. So I'll take my small team as long as we get that championship at the end of the day. And you can have those last minute and a half. So bad.
All right. I like the Phoenix Suns offense y'all rolling. Y'all don't need the whole shot clock. All right. You're getting right to the point. Pete came through with the B Rabbit approach. I am white.
The one thing I can say.
Okay, Pete.
Thing I can always say about Pete
with
Jerry,
the B Rabbit. Hold on. You'll get your rebuttal. But Lou, you are up next. Hold on. So let me quiet the crowd. Lewis, you are up next. So again, you guys have been here. Y'all got some time now. Y'all want to rebuttal them and make your own points. You see the clock is still a lot of time on the clock when they shoot. So you can use your time wisely. So everybody muted. Okay. Lou, you are up.
All right, so shout out for Pete for making half my case for me. That's greatly appreciated. That the Nets fan know where they stand. But yeah, like Mel said, this has always been a New York town. the Knicks town. First of all, Nets don't even got New York in their name. Like they got a borough. You know, I equate the Nets being in running New York is like being here on a A1 work visa. You're here for a limited time, and then once we're done with you, we'll send you back across, you know, the river of the Hudson over there to Jersey. But it's been a New York town. This is Knicks country. We run it. I think the Knicks embody everything New York stands for: the grit, the grind, the hustle. You know, we bleed here. We take our lumps, we take our bruises, and we still show our team love. You know, we don't hop on because we got a couple of new flavors of ice cream that decide to, you know, band together and try to win a chip. You know, we work for it. You know, people go and say New York isn't the mecca of basketball anymore. I don't know. I think we've proven that a little different this year. Wherever we go, I think we bring the mecca with us. Knicks fans have been outnumbering fans all over the country. Even at the LA game at the loss, Knicks fans were in their strength, and they just got fans back in the building. So all I can say is, yeah, this is a Knicks town. I'm glad the Net fan admitted to it and says, you know, they're not here for likes. They're here to win championships. But honestly, they've been in the playoffs, haven't proved anything yet. You know, they started to build from the scratch, and then they blew that whole team up when certain players wanted to band together and, you know, create a super team. I don't know. Have they been successful? We haven't seen it yet. Playoffs is going to come around. We're going to see who's made of what. Again, shout out to Bishop for making my case. This is a New York Knicks town. It would always be. You guys are still in your pamper phase coming up, you know, little youngsters. Your fans aren't fully situated. Can't respect somebody who hasn't really been in New York shine. You know, we don't take games off for mental health issues. So shout outs.
Some shots were fired on that one. Lou took some shots there. Interesting.
I know where Jared's going.
So yeah, Jared, you clean up. You get to bring it on home here. So hold on, let's get right to it. So
that was a very Nick-like answer. That was a Skip Bayless-like answer when you said don't take off games for mental health. That was the air classiness that the Knicks have always had. Trash. But you know, it could be a Knicks town. And it is a Knicks town for the most part because you've had the long running history. Has it been a winning history? You kind of been still holding on to dear life since 1973, something like that. Look, I mean, the Knicks haven't won a championship in over 3 decades. None of us were alive the last time the Knicks won a championship. None of us were alive the last time the Nets were in the ABA. And they won 2 championships also. So the New York area had heat in that time period when you had 2 formidable basketball leagues. But since the Nets have been in New York, let's not act like the Knicks have been dominant the whole time. You know, the Knicks have the media on his back. They're always going to have the media. You know, that's cool. ESPN radio is in MSG, so you're always gonna have that. All-time record, Knicks and Nets are tied up 1-1 apiece. We've been back-to-back finals. No, and since that time, the Knicks have only been in the playoffs 2 times, 3 times counting this year, I think. But you know, we've had more success, especially since we came to Brooklyn. You know, we've been here 6. We've been in the playoffs 6 times. Knicks only been there 2 times. Like I say, it could be a Knicks town for now, but winning makes something happen. And when we start winning more and more games, and we start winning championships, people are going to see that. The same thing happened in Golden State. People started seeing what Steph Curry was doing and so forth. Now Golden State got a following in the fan base. When is going to bring that? And that's what we're going to do. We take that.
All right. So some valid points. We'll bring it all back right now. How do y'all feel? Anybody want to rebut any specific point that was made, or y'all feel y'all covered everything? Ramel, you went first, so you got to hear everybody. So go ahead. How do you feel?
I'm gonna say this. I'll give out shots to Jared and Bishop. They've been on the Nets fan. I'm not gonna ever attack a person that's loyal to their team, right? This ain't new stuff. Like you, Paul, y'all could have jumped off the Bulls wagon. Any one of y'all could have jumped off the Nets bandwagon when y'all were at their low, but y'all didn't. So I respect that. I get that. As far as at this point, you're right. It ain't about winning New York. It's about the championships, right? But the Nets are like the Mets. You can win today, but at the end of the day, the people are going to flock to New York, right? They're going to go to the Garden. It's just different in Madison Square, no matter what it is. Players like to play in Madison Square Garden. They don't like to play for Madison Square Garden because they're afraid of the pressure that New York brings. That's why KD and Kyrie went to Jersey or Brooklyn, whatever, right? Because it ain't the same pressure. It ain't Madison Square Garden. It ain't the media. Like, that's why I can respect Julius Randle. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here in front and say I love that man at the beginning of the season. He played his game different, and he grew up, and he learned to be a team player, right? So he won my affection. He didn't win my affection last year, right? I ain't going to lie about that. Now, at the end of the day, you're right. It ain't about who owns New York. They're going to talk about the Knicks no matter what at the end of the day. So I get that point. I do get it.
Okay.
That's my point.
So I like this. This is friendly. It's not getting as personal. I thought somebody was gonna be able to punch somebody across the screen or something, have to throw a technical foul out or something. But all right, we're good. So
we all brothers. We all worked together for a long time. We all brothers. Lou, I now know you, but I ain't gonna come for nobody's neck like that. I get it. You're loyal to your team. I respect it.
I like it.
It's the same thing like the Lakers. It's the same thing like the Lakers. The Lakers can be trash all they want. People still going to talk about the Lakers. People still going to talk about Boston. You know, it is what it is. Like I said, winning changes shit. Like, nobody cared about the Warriors, you know, until Steph and Clay, you know, started, you know, showing out.
But Jared, y'all number 2 in the East, and nobody talking about y'all.
No, nobody in New York talks about it.
No, in general.
Everywhere else in the country and the world, they talk about that.
I'm sorry, they're talking about your dysfunction and the lack of players playing together.
What dysfunction?
Y'all were talking.
What dysfunction?
Exactly. What dysfunction did we have?
Y'all got a big 3 that played 7 games together. That's
that's dysfunction.
And they still winning.
That's dysfunction.
Missing games. James Harden missing games.
Kyrie missed a week in January.
As long as they win.
The Knicks was January year and have more media coverage than you guys, and not because the media likes us.
Everybody wants to fly for y'all.
We was everybody's doormat last year. Last year we were
Lou. I'm gonna give it this. The Knicks are always gonna be the doormat. They always gonna take that shit. That is it.
We're not getting that this year. That's my point. In the second half of the season, we're not being everyone's doormat. People are actually afraid to play the Knicks.
Nobody's scared. We swept y'all. Nobody's scared to be.
Certain teams are afraid to play the Knicks. Not everybody.
Hold on. So let's move on to the next topic because we're gonna come back around to that. But the next thing I want to go into is the Nets specifically. Ramel went first last time, right?
Oh yeah.
The Nets will be going to you Nets fans will be going first on this one. So this will be your question actually. Is this season championship or bust? That's what we want to talk about now. So I'm gonna let y'all figure out again who's going first.
Yeah, you go first this time.
Okay.
The championship or bust? I'd definitely say the championship. When you get KD, Kyrie, and James Harden on the team, yeah, it's championship or bust, regardless of 7 games played together and so forth. Harden and KD have history. They know how to play with one another. Same thing with at one point, you know, outside of and really it was like 6 1/4 of all 3 of them playing. Outside of that, the tandems, there's been tandems, Kyrie and Harden, Kyrie and KD, Harden and KD, and so forth. So they all know how to play with one another. Harden is a great facilitator, so I'm not worried about roles, and that's basically what it comes down to, roles. our role players have been stepping up. You know, the Joe Harrises, the Nick Claxton, our new addition, Mike James, you know, stepping up. DeAndre is learning to not be on the floor has even been a blessing to us at times. Jeff Green is turning back the hands of time. So I'm really not worried, about the big three, having that run time together. Honestly, it's all been window dressing until the playoffs started. Like we're a 2 seed, could be a 3 seed depending on what happens at the end, for the final 2 games. I would love for that to happen though. Like if the Knicks stay in 6 and we go in 3, I would love to see that because I think it'll be a sweep. Brooklyn, of course, but like I said, nobody's scared of playing the Knicks. Not anybody in their top 3. Nobody in top 3. I mean, they could probably talk about the Hawks, and that's really all ESPN people talk about is the Hawks. That would be the only easy win or the only win that they can even see. Outside of that, Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Philly, that's easy money right there. I'll say the Knicks may win 1 game, out of pity. Too bad there really won't be that many fans in it because Dolan has a history of throwing out fans. But nonetheless, I'm just going to say, I say championship or bust, and I say we're going to win the chip. That's it.
Okay. So, Lou, you said you were going to go first. Let me reset the shot clock.
The championship or bust for my Knicks. No one even thought.
For the Nets. Before
I know I was going to get to that.
Oh,
damn.
Okay. Sorry.
Championship or bust for the Nets. Obviously, it definitely is. They do have a great team, hands down. Kind of a blessing in disguise with all their, days off and mental rest days, and the supporting staff got a chance to actually get real minutes in the game. So, like Jared said, the Joe Harrises and the Mike James and all the rest of those players got some time, to play. But yeah, I think they paint themselves in the corner of a super team. They all came together. They traded everybody and their mama for James Harden. Their mama's kids for James Harden. So yeah, definitely championship or bust. They really have to put up or shut up in the playoffs. They're all rested. The three amigos are all rested. So let's see how they perform together. Playoffs is different from the regular season. Everyone's defense is turned up to the max. People showing up their rotations. They bring out the A games. I'm worried. If I'm any other team playing the Nets, I'm going after the weakest link, and Kyrie is the weakest link. I'm making him work for every bucket he can. I'm running him off screens, pick and rolls. I'm testing KD. You got dudes at the end of your bench. I got like 18 fouls I could use on KD, so I'm testing that Achilles. They're going to be tested. They might have an easy first round depending on the matchup. They might get Boston. I can see them playing Boston in the first 2 versus 7 match. If they get the Hornets, I think that's the easy sweep for them. I think they won't fully be tested until they get to the second round. And it also depends on how the refs are calling the games. If the refs put on their Nets jerseys and start calling ticky-tack fouls and don't let the players play, then yeah, it's going to be an easy road for them to get to the finals. But if they come across a hard team that's going to test them, it's going to foul them, when they get up to Embiid and the Sixers, that teams that play really, really tough defense, it's going to be difficult for them. So yeah, definitely I would say it's a make or break season for them. You only got a year left with KD and Kyrie together. So let's see.
All right. So once again, I repeat, it's focus on the Nets right now. Is it a championship or bust for the Nets specifically? So Pete, it is on you.
Yeah, it's definitely hands down. It's championship or bust for the Nets. I mean, you could have said maybe before when they just had KD and Kyrie that takes time to gel and whatever, and you give them a year or whatever to get together and see how it works or whatever like that. But once James Harden got traded for, you gave up those players and those picks, it has to be championship or bust, especially the way that they were going through the season and beating everybody. So I'm not even too worried about that. Same thing with the like Lou said, having them miss games and all that stuff, that gave all the role players plenty of time to play. You got your Bruce Browns who carved the role. He plays center half the time, Bruce Brown, and he's in there contributing, getting rebounds and dunks and everything like that. And he's only 6'5". You got players like Landry Shamet, who's coming off the bench. He's shooting over 40% from three. You got Mike James, who we literally just picked up from Russia 2 weeks ago. And he's coming in there and he's actually producing for the team. So having them out has been a blessing in disguise. As far as the chemistry goes, I'm not too worried about their chemistry because, listen, they've played with each other for years. They played with each other on Team USA. KD and Harden have played with each other in OKC. Like they've been, even in the summer before the season started, they were all together. They all played together in LA. It was Harden. John Wall was out there. They had CJ McCollum out there with them. That's why when they try to talk about, oh, this just came together, they knew what was going to happen. They talked about all this in the summer. They knew Harden was going to ask for the trade. They knew everything was going to go down the way it went down. So none of that. As far as matchups go, I don't see any team. I don't think there's any team that the Nets are scared of playing. We've beaten all the teams in the East, and we've beaten all the teams in the West. So there's really nothing that we know that we're really too worried about as far as a matchup goes. We beat the Sixers without even having KD and Kyrie playing. We beat them when we had still Karis LeVert and Jared Allen on the team. We beat the Bucks before. So we had the best record against the West in the entire NBA, 22-8. So as far as who we play up against and championship of best,
I just want to mute you. That was kind of fun. Your last shot was after the buzzer. So again, like B Rabbit, if you would like, what was your last bar? You want to repeat that? Pete, you having technical difficulties there? You still muted?
What's up?
What was the last line you said you were saying before you?
Oh no! I said I'm just not worried about none of it. Not worried about it. Championship or bust, not worried about none of it. Okay. So for the record, you Net fans, I just want to just clarify. You guys feel this? You are winning the championship this year? Yes.
Jared? Yeah. Okay. And Lou, do you think they're winning the championship this year? Okay, so Lou just no. So I'm gonna meet.
But is that real analysis or is it hate?
No, real analysis.
All right.
I'm not hating.
Just wanted to clarify.
I don't think they're gonna win it.
All right. So now we're gonna get Ramel to wrap this one up. So hold on. Let me.
All right. It's definitely championship or bust. They came. They assembled like the Avengers. Oh, y'all better perform. Right? You didn't want that pressure. I'm sorry, KD, you didn't have that pressure up in Golden State. Kyrie, you had LeBron to fall back on. Y'all, James Harden, what's your best player that you had to fall back on? A young KD, a young Russ? Now y'all a little bit older. You should have learned. Y'all been in this league. You got that. Now is the time. You better perform. And if you don't, y'all don't got to fear New York. Y'all got to fear Miami. I don't like the Heat, but I respect them. Y'all better respect the Lakers. Y'all better respect the Nuggets. Yeah, the Jazz, all right, whatever. The Sixers, they got some Rough Riders, right? We'll see. Now it's a little bit more pressure. Y'all ain't had that pressure this whole season. Y'all taking games off. It's not a shot. Y'all been taking games off. The media don't talk about you. Nobody focuses on the Nets within New York. Maybe outside of New York. Yeah, they talk about the Nets. You got some fans. All right, I respect it. But now comes the playoffs. Now everybody's watching. Let's see the Avengers stand your ground. Let's see what y'all got to win. It's going to be a little bit more pressure now. And now you got eyes on y'all, right? Now you got enemies coming for y'all. It's different when you the hunted, right? You're still not even number one. All right, you could have focused more, right? All right, and as far as playing the Knicks, Tom Thibodeau's a defensive genius. The man done stop Kobe. Who could stop Kobe, right? He didn't stop him. He eased the pain. But now is the time when eyes are going to be on the Nets. That's my whole point. Y'all got some options. Don't get me wrong. I respect what the Nets have player-wise. Do I think y'all going to win chip? I think your biggest test, well, put it like this. You know who's going to face the Nets? Russell Westbrook, Bradley Beal. You think them dudes, yeah, they don't have the talent that y'all got, but they're going to give you some heat in that first round. Then we'll see who's going to test y'all. That's really my point. The Nets need to keep their eyes open and stay on your humble because this team's gunning for y'all. This team's going to knock y'all around. Physical teams that's going to put it on KD and Kyrie. Harden can play defense.
I just like meeting people every now and then. You know, just I don't have a horse in this race, so I gotta amuse myself every now and then. Hit the mute button. You know, so
it would be physically impossible for the Nets to go against the Wizards first round. Wizards going to be either the 8th seed or out.
Nah,
they got to go against Philly.
Nah, the Wizards is number 10 right now. So it's 10 and 8, right? If they beat
7 and
whoever,
8. No, but remember 7
Nah, they can't.
Yeah.
7 and 8. We're going to be 7.
7-8 gets a 7 spot, and then 8 is the loser.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
No,
my fault.
So yeah, they can't get to 7.
right.
There's no way they can get to 7.
All right. That's my mistake.
It's all good.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. We're actually gonna talk about the play-in tournament later, so don't dive into that yet. I actually want to get y'all.
If there was a team I was worried about, it definitely was the Wizards.
And that's what I was telling people.
That's the only team I was worried about.
That's the only team I was worried about because that's the only team that gave us hell.
Why were y'all worried about the Wizards? Because of Russ?
They gave us work this year.
They gave us hell.
That gave us work this year.
The Bulls,
y'all beat us by like 4 points in 3 games. So
yeah.
So let's chill. But
y'all never played with all 3 of the KD, Kyrie, and Harden.
But you guys don't need that though. I thought y'all were good to go.
We beat y'all without having the whole big 3 every game.
We competed with y'all without having one player.
Right. One all-star.
No, we beat y'all with just KD. We traded away our whole team and only had KD on the court and we smacked y'all that. And we actually smacked y'all that game. That wasn't even a close game.
We didn't have Derrick Rose that game. We didn't have Derrick Rose. We didn't have Mitch.
All right, so hold on. We're gonna talk about y'all head to head as well. So hold on, because you guys keep jumping the gun. All right. But you know, I just want to make sure everybody listening, everybody watching, don't forget to comment your thoughts on everything we discussed, because I value the input of others. I know a lot more Knicks fans. I think I know about maybe one more Net fan, but we definitely want to get your feedback on us. Comment it as well. Comment your thoughts. Clown these dudes. Let us know what team you rep. And because again, I'm a Bulls fan, and I just want to keep mentioning us as much as I can. Because next year, I don't know. But let's get back to these topics.
Good luck tomorrow.
But before we go to the next one, we'll call this halftime. Take a little break real quick.
All right.
Would the Knicks have a ring if it wasn't for MJ in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Jordan left for 2 years.
That Houston was our series.
Jordan left for 2 years. And
we would have beat Phoenix.
I'm sorry.
In 93, we would have beat Phoenix.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's Barkley? Who
Barkley and what?
MVP Barkley was on fire.
We literally smacked the Suns that year.
Dan Marley, man.
That Phoenix series was ours.
Yeah.
That was
Do you not remember Greg Anthony literally punched the crap out of Kevin Johnson?
Listen, that's not basketball. He still got to score the basketball.
90s basketball
That's
wasn't
jail ball.
basketball.
That was jail ball.
Basketball wasn't basketball. That was fight.
Listen, man, you still got to score the bucket. You can intimidate all you want, but
and one more halftime question, because again, I just want to keep bringing the Bulls up in it. Do the Nets remember when the Bulls beat the Nets in the playoffs without Derrick Rose and injured Kirk Hinrich?
Why you bringing up old stuff?
And on deathbed,
and no joking Noah. No joking Noah.
Bad feet. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember that? Y'all want to talk about that?
Thing was
listen.
Was on the
All I'm gonna say is C.J. Watson is the worst basketball player on the face of the earth.
We know he was on the Bulls first. I know.
He's the whole reason we lost that series.
Trust me. No. Joe Johnson.
No. He turned the whole series around with that missed layup, son. He makes that layup. The game's over.
Alone should have won
game's
that
over.
series.
Take all your heart.
I don't want to hear about missed layups. Have you heard about Charles Smith? I don't want to hear about missed layups. I don't want to hear about missed layups.
Wait,
if you want to talk about a missed layup, you got to talk about Patrick.
Yo,
what the Charles?
My favorite Charles Smith story. So, my favorite Charles Smith story. I was on 34th Street at the Garden. He was next to me in the platform. I straight looked at him and went, and kept walking. Picking you up.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Listen, though, if you're gonna talk about blown layups, you gotta talk about Patrick, bro.
Ooh.
All he had to do was turn it over.
Ooh.
All he had to do was turn it over, son.
That was our
series. Like that, and then went to lay it up.
Yo,
he had little hands.
Turn it over, man. That's it.
He had little hands. He's a center, but his hands,
Him and John Stark shooting 0 for infinity. That's my heartbreak right there.
So y'all had 2 chances to win the championship, and couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, Shaq had championship shots to win the championship. The Nets had 2 shots.
Right, though.
It's funny about the Nets.
Mike stopped a lot of people.
What's funny?
Karl Malone had 2 chances. John Stockton had 2 chances.
But they're playing against Sunday.
You just focus on the Knicks, Just focus on the
what's
Knicks.
funny about our back-to-back was we were the last of the Lakers three-peat in the beginning of the Spurs three-peat.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
We were the
beginning of the Spurs three-peat. We were the beginning of the Spurs three-peat. Remember 99? When an 8th seed went all the way to the finals? Just remember that.
But what y'all do? What did y'all do?
We lost to a better team.
Same thing I did. Lose in the finals.
To the 2 Hall of Famers with no
Patrick. Lose in the finals.
We lost to Kobe and Shaq. We lost to Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker.
Yeah.
But we didn't get swept in the finals. We didn't get swept.
We didn't get swept either.
Let's get back to the.
We actually took the Spurs 6 games.
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't watching.
We took the Spurs 6 games.
All right, fellas. Bring it on in. So the third quarter, starting the third quarter now. Halftime's over. Let's get back to the Knicks because we did the Nets. Is this championship or bust season? So expectations are a little bit lower for the Knicks. I'm not throwing shots. I really mean that. So we did championship or bust for the Nets. Is it a waste of season if the Knicks don't even win a series? I'm gonna give y'all a series, not a game, because we seen y'all drop confetti in MSG when y'all won a game.
Everyone does that though, so I want to hear that.
No, they don't.
I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get your number so I can send it to you. I got your number.
Everybody don't.
I've been to many Nets games.
Not for a game.
For winning the game.
Y'all can't afford to drop.
The Bulls definitely don't do that. We don't drop confetti for one game.
See?
At home.
The Nets can't afford to drop confetti. Y'all
we've had 2 of the richest owners in the NBA.
Wait. The Nets don't even have confetti in the rafters yet. Like they can't afford to put that shit up there.
The Nets went first. No, Jared went first last time, right? Jared went first.
Nah.
Went first last time. Knicks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start. So Lou, Ramel, who's going first on this one?
I'll go first. Lou went first last time. I'll go first.
All right. So let me mute these guys. Rome, it's on you. Hold on. Let me get the shot clock ready.
It's not a wasted season because there was no expectation from the beginning. It was 0 expectation. So getting to the playoffs is a start. Has the expectations changed a little? Look, if we play Atlanta, you should win that series, right? If we play Milwaukee, bro, just get a game. Get 1-2 games, best case scenario. Do I expect to beat the Bucks? No. Let's not come here with unrealistic expectations. Then you're becoming ignorant, right? Keep it real, keep it honest. The point is, and I give the Nets credit for this, y'all built with the D. Russell teams, y'all built from the step. You got to take a step. You got to crawl before you walk, right? Take a step. We've been in crap so long that you got to take some good from this season, right? But if you play the Bucks and you get swept, that's a little stab. That's a little stab. If you play the Nets and you get swept, yeah, that's gonna hurt. That will hurt. Hopefully, we'll never drop that low. But yeah, there has to be some realistic. That the expectations change. Playing the Hawks or the Celtics, yeah, you got to win. The Celtics left because they don't have Jaylen Brown. But I can't see that time. 1 minute. All right, so again, expectations change. We came here with nothing. The beginning of the season had no expectations. Do I wish I put $100 on the Knicks to make the playoffs? Yeah, I would have walked away with like $3,500 on that bet, right? But now things have changed, right? I don't want to play the Heat. I don't want to get smacked. I don't want to play the Bucks. I don't want to play the Nets. I don't want to play the Sixers. I want to play a chance. Now that we in the playoffs, I would like to get a series. If we came to the second round and, we lost to the Bucks or the Nets, that's a better team. But like the Nets did, now you show the next crop of free agents. Look, we building something in New York. Come here. Let's add a player. Let's add 2 players. Let's get the people back. One, to look at the Knicks, the Donovan Mitchells, the Karl Anthony Towns, looking at like, okay, they're building something. Let me go there. Things have changed now. Dolan, shut up. Rose is running the team. Leon Rose. Just steps. Like I said, crawl before you walk.
All righty. That was the Knicks. The Nets. Who's going first for you guys?
You want that, Pete? I was gonna go, but you got it.
I got it.
All right. So let me hold on. Luke, wait, hold on. Luke, you got something you want to say?
Nah, he was laughing at me.
Oh, okay.
I was like, Pete wants to smoke. He put the little finger up.
Oh, I didn't see my bad. I'm trying to produce. Can't see everything. All right, so let me switch it. All righty, and Pete, clock is on you now.
All right, so yeah, I think is it a failed season if they I think like Ramel was saying, expectations have to change. If you talking about how it was from the beginning of the season to now, when how you looked at how they were supposed to perform, they were only projected to win 22 games. So you go from being projected to win 22 games and you're the 4th seed. You could be the 4th seed in the East. Like that's like normally you'd be like, all right, we playing with house money. Whatever happens. It don't matter. But I think the way that the fans and the media react to how things are going, that heaps on added pressure. And whereas if they don't win the series, to me, depending on what seed they're in, it could be looked at as a failure because not only were they like when you looked at the Nets teams from before with D. Russell and everybody else, those were AC teams. You know what I'm saying? We were we were just getting into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? We had a young team. We weren't dominating nobody or anything like that. We were just a gritty team that played well together and fought. You know what I'm saying? But the way the Knicks are playing and the way everybody's talking about the Knicks, especially Stephen A., he's coming out there, nobody don't want to see the Knicks. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's scared to play the Knicks coming into the playoffs. See, that heaps on the added pressure onto the team. And then you got to, that makes the expectations that much higher. So you can't just be like, you can on the one hand being like, oh, nobody want to see the Knicks in the playoffs. We the next thing we coming up or whatever. And then when you lose in the first round, be like, nah, but we was only projected to win 22 games or whatever. You can't have it both sides. So I think because of the way because of the change in expectations that if they don't win a series in the first round, I think it could be looked at as a failure depending on how you look at it.
All righty. So we're going to switch it. Speaking of switching it up, Jared just changed his outfit. Mr.
Jared, this is Jared's 3rd hat already. I don't know if you realize that. Jared's been changing damn near every segment.
Look, we're doing the quarters. I was changing up.
That's Oscars right now. Like
I was changing.
He done changed the hat.
He done changed the shirt.
You're making me feel bad. I'm like, I gotta go get my hats, but I ain't want to leave the screen and shit. You know what I'm saying?
I happened to notice the background change, but then when he popped back into view, I see the shirt, and then I'm like, the hat is red. And the hat changed.
That's his third. This is his 3rd hat.
Yeah, I didn't know.
That's his third different hat.
I go back to edit on this. I'm gonna just be laughing when I see because I did not notice the multiple changes. All right,
this is like the Steve Harvey versus
one thing.
Oh man. All righty.
That's all I'm saying.
What was that, Ramel? Was it?
Because I said people don't really notice the Nets and their fans, so that's that.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I took one out of Lou's playbook.
All right, let me. All right, so Lou, hold on. Let me get you ready.
All right, so my next is it win a series or bust. No, it's not a win a series or bust. I'm one of those realistic Knicks fans, but we weren't expected to be here. But I do have expectations. Do I want the smoke? Yeah. I think for us to get better, we're gonna have to face Brooklyn, Milwaukee, and the Sixers at some point. Either this year or next year. So I say I want to attack that nice and early, see what Brooklyn's made of with this core guy, see what Philly, see what the Bucks are made of. I'm not scared of that smoke. If we fall low, okay, push them. If we push them to 5 games, listen, we push them to 5 games. If we pay Atlanta, then we best to win that series, even though Atlanta's like 23-13 since the coach took over. So they're no slump either. Boston's probably the lowest hanging fruit right now with just Tatum going for them right now. But series or bust, I wouldn't say no. Depending on matchup is going to be the key indicator. I think we gave the Bucks a run for their money the twice we played them. We've lost to the Nets. I combined the highest game was 7 points. We lost to the Nets. Sixers, I think the Sixers did smack us one game that we lost very, very badly to them. I got to research that again. But yeah, I don't see it as a win a series or bust. It's a great building block. I hope we do the exact opposite of what the Nets did when the Nets made it into the playoffs at the 8th spot and completely blew up that team the next year. I like this core of guys we have, the mix of the vets and the young players. We're missing 1 or 2 pieces. I say we need a small forward, push Andre back to the 2, and then we'll probably figure some stuff out. But yeah, not a win a series or bust for us. I think we need to use the playoffs and the platform to showcase our skills and what we can bring to every free agent coming out, every disgruntled superstar that's going to come out after this offseason. So let's make it a meaningful series. Let's not get swept. And let's put our best foot forward.
All right. At the buzzer. All righty. Stop the clock. That leaves Mr. Outfits. As I see, Ramel has also changed.
Oh, I got forever. So
I want the white version of that one though. The white one I got my eye on.
Everybody got outfits and things. I didn't pack multiple outfits, but just because I want to bring this up again, I can put my rings on. You know what I mean? Put my jewelry on. I got the. You know what I'm saying? Got a little.
Quick question though, before we go to the next one. How many more years? So Paul, how many more years you think you can use that though?
Until I die?
I'm just saying, like, no, like how many more years? Like on the real, how many more years?
Unlike y'all, I was alive for this.
I'm just saying though, how many years? So, 40 years goes by and the Bulls don't go. They're like, I'm just saying.
When your kids have kids, I'm gonna be like, hey, come here, little nigga.
I'm just saying.
Hold up, how about
let's watch The Last Dance.
Well, hold up. I think all of us here are not Cowboy fans, right? Anybody here a Cowboy fan?
Nah.
I know Jared ain't. I know Pete ain't. Nah. I know Paul ain't. Lou, I don't know you.
Hell no.
So,
Giants fan.
Are we not all tired of the Cowboy fans? Yo, the 90s was 20 years ago, my man.
I'm not tired of it though, because it does. I got some.
Y'all beat them.
I saw my Niners win. So I don't care what they say. I seen some wins too.
But I think as a collective,
win. I don't
all come and hate all Cowboy fans.
Well, I hate the Cowboys. As a New Yorker, we don't like Boston and Texas. So that's just
true. Very true.
But them saying they got rings, I got rings too. So I don't care.
Yeah.
They had Snorton.
I tell you this. If the Nets win 1 ring and only 1 ring, I'm talking about that thing for the rest of my life.
I want one thing in my life, one thing more than a child, right? A healthy kid. The Knicks to win 1 championship in my life. That's
I agree. But my point in asking you that, Paul, though, say had the Knicks won in 94, right? Say we had won that, and then we've gone X amount of years without winning to now. Would it still be valid to hold on to that 1 championship?
Yeah.
Or to say, hey, it was a 94, like you need to win another championship. Like you can't hold on to that.
04, I was still in junior high. I think I wasn't in high school yet. But my high school best friend, my god brother, is a Knicks fan and a Spurs fan. I still get on them for having two teams. I'm not a two-team person, but
Knicks and Spurs.
Exactly. You know Arkim. Shout out to Arkim, but yeah, he's a Knicks
shout out to Arkim.
Yeah. But yeah, if the Knicks would have won, he wouldn't have let that down. And then his Spurs winning, even when they won the strike shortened season, it counts. Last year the bubble, Lakers that counts. I don't put a time frame on. Listen, we Yankee fans, we say 27. I was only alive for 2-3 of them. But I'm gonna say 27 till the day I die.
More than that, right?
Yeah. Was it? I don't know.
You got 5, right?
96, 97, 90. No, 96, 98,
no, 96, 98, 99, 2000.
Oh, 5.
And then
2009.
So there we go. So
2009, yeah, 5.
But I say 27. I don't say 5. I say 27. We count them all. I know Giants fans that count the pre-Super Bowl championships, and I'm like, all right, now you want we don't count championship bowl game or whatever they called it. Doritos.
The Packers still claiming that shit.
We don't count Chipotle chicken bowls. We're not counting rice bowls, all right? We counting Super Bowls.
Yeah.
It's tough. It's tough too because with Paul, it's 6 of them. So it's not even like it's just one. You know what I'm saying? Like he could hold that. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. Like I get it. Yo, celebrate them. You got the 6. Like that shit may never ever happen again. I don't think there's a player alive right now that can ever do that.
Yeah.
But like if we get to 21, 85, like our Bulls fans talking about, well, back in 99,
we're gonna do a reunion episode. And the Knicks like, we only got one. And I'm gonna be like, yo, look at that.
I'll die happy if that's it.
And guess what guess what my old dad's gonna do? You got one. No, I might do it like this. But I still got these.
Hopefully you got Alzheimer's by that point. Hopefully you got.
I'm gonna be like, I don't know what this is for, but I got them. I don't remember what these are, but they here. Still got these. All right, so
I can do about 2 minutes.
Yeah, so I'm 6 minutes. All right, yeah, you can get that in before the clock ends. All right, so cool. So mute them.
Is it win a series or bust for the Knicks? If you listen to New York radio and you listen to Stephen A. Smith or anybody that's a Knicks fan on ESPN, they're going to keep, if you listen to them, they're going to get your hopes up. And that's going to be the wrong kind of hope y'all going to need to have. I would just say be happy you're even there. But the fact that you got these people want to talk them up, whatever and so forth, they're going to make y'all have expectations that's not going to be there. Even against the Hawks, it is what it is. Y'all can easily lose to them. Y'all can easily beat them. But the fact that y'all even thinking about even getting there like that, look, just be happy to be there. For so many years, y'all ain't been there. You haven't been in the playoffs since Melo. So just be happy to be there. Build off of that. That's what I would say. Build off of that and then go from there. Like, it's funny, Ramel had the thought about when we had D'Lo and and we were a young team that nobody really cared about, and we're moving up, and then after that, after you show the league that you got respect, then you can start going to the new phase and so forth. That's what you do. You rob what you got, and then when you have time to be improved, to show improvement, then you go after those other stars and hope they come to you, like Mitchell or so forth. That'll be no different than us getting Kyrie and KD. You show improve what you can do with the heart you got, and then you try to make improvements after that. If y'all get 2 stars after that, is that going to be any different than us? But yeah, we get shitted on for having those for that. Fuck out of here with that. Like I said, just be happy. Y'all there. You made it to the playoffs. Y'all haven't won anything in forever. So just be happy that you're in the playoffs and go from there. Don't have too much hope that's floating around. You know, if you listen to Stephen A., who months ago was on the hate train. So I'm done.
Once again, at the buzzer. Okay. So breaking news at the time of recording this, my Chicago Bulls have been officially eliminated from the playoffs.
Condolences.
Thank you.
So tomorrow don't matter?
Tomorrow doesn't matter at all.
So just sit everybody in.
I mean, we already under 500, so it's a losing season. We 11th seed now officially. So yeah, this season was a bust for us. I'll tell you that much, because we still should have made the playoffs even before the trade, and because we had too many missed opportunities then to even be a play-in team. We should have been a play-in team with the roster we had. And then once we made the trade and fixed our deficiencies, we got worse. So definitely a busted season for us. I'm still a fan.
I don't think it's a busted season.
I wouldn't say busted season because y'all have a brand new
I don't
coach.
think it's a busted season for the Bulls.
They made that trade mid-year. Everyone thought that was going to turn tide.
We was right there when we made the trade.
Yeah.
And then went lower.
But that's because y'all didn't have that. Y'all don't have that chemistry. Like Valanciunas is not a dude that you can just plug into any team.
No,
Vucevic. Like he's not a dude you can just plug into any team and he's gonna just take you to the next level. Like he's not that type of player.
Yeah. I need to keep us at the level we were at.
Right, we got right. You can't go down. Like you can't go down.
Yeah, but you still got to learn to play with. You got to learn to play with each other, and then on top of that, y'all main player was hurt and was out. You know what I'm saying?
A lot.
Yep. Y'all haven't had consistency health wise, and y'all don't have the subsequent team around those players to keep y'all afloat while your main players is out.
But the Bulls also
the point of the trade.
Yeah, but Vucevic ain't doing that. He's not that dude.
We also got Tice. We also we filled in gaps of other deficiencies, and we got worse. Every issue we had prior,
but that's
we filled. And
but the Bulls are developing their talent. Y'all got marketing.
Yeah, y'all still.
He ain't playing he played like shit. I ain't never heard marketing in games, and he played against the Knicks. He don't even play. Like y'all got talent.
And that's the problem. We banked on him. Then we brought in Levine, so they didn't work.
But
that's Kobe, and they didn't work. Then we brought in Vucevic, and that's not working.
But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like y'all don't have the right roster construction to be good yet. Y'all need to get the right pieces together.
And that's your GM
coach-wise, because you don't even know if you got the right coach.
Right.
I definitely. Well, I think he with adding another all-star.
It's less than a minute.
I know adding another all-star accelerates his leash. Next year, he's on a short leash. I think he's on a short leash next year. All righty. So, fourth quarter, last topic. The one y'all kept alluding to. What would happen if, let me get my hat around. I gotta get what was his name? Future? In 8 Mile. It's the final round.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna give y'all each the same 2 minutes, 21 seconds. All right, we got B Rabbit versus Papa Doc for it all for the championship. Okay, if the Knicks and Nets were to meet in the playoffs, whether it's round 1, round 2, round 3, whatever, playoff matchup, best of 7 series. Since y'all can argue whose sound is it, if they decided it on the court, who wins the series? All right, so. I believe Knicks are up first.
Yeah.
Yep, Knicks are up first. So, Rome,
Lou,
wait, hold on. First round, first quarter was
Knicks.
Us, right?
No,
it was us.
No, Knicks was first.
Knicks.
Nets up. You're right. My fault. Nets is up. So Nets. So
right. Ramel went first the first quarter, and after that it was me second quarter.
Yeah,
and then
you went last. So yeah, so. Pete, Jared, who's taking it first? Head-to-head, 7-game Subway Series. Who wins it? Who's taking this one first? Am I recording? I'm recording.
I'll take it.
You going first, Jared?
I'll take this one.
Yeah, Jared got it.
Yeah, because Pete went last. He went first last time.
Okay, so
If Brooklyn goes against the Knicks in the playoffs, it would have to be as it stands right now. Brooklyn's a 2 seed, Knicks are the 6. It would be in the second round. That would mean the Knicks would have to go probably 7 games through Milwaukee. Either way, can the Knicks go and shock the world and shock their fan base and beat the Nets after losing to them all this year? I think no. See that right there? Matter of fact, let me get this virtual background off so you can see it real clear. That's a sweep. Y'all ain't winning that. Simple as that. Get the facts straight. It's a sweep. Brooklyn's winning that. 4-0. Good night. I don't need the rest of that time.
Okay. Okay. So that was a short and sweep. I mean sweet. So Knicks, questions on you. Who's taking it first?
Lou, I'll let you go first on it.
I'll take it.
All righty. So
if Knicks and Nets meet in the playoffs, first of all, I want all that smoke. Like I'm not shying away from that matchup. One, that's just the way the Knicks are. I'm not shying away from the matchup. We've been an 8 seed that beat a 1 seed. We've done all that. We've proven that as Knicks fans we can handle that smoke. As for the team itself constructed, yeah, the Nets beat us all 3 games we played, but guess what? It was combined 12 points, 13 points in all 3 games. Granted, still got the W, still take it, but we push out to the limits. I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk. I don't think you become the best defensive team in the NBA and people think you can snooze on you in the playoffs. That just doesn't happen. Tibbs is a hard coach. We have a bunch of hard players that put in the A game every game, not just when they pick and choose or practice when they feel like practicing or playing when they feel like playing. We give it 110% every game. Our team is scrappy. They're hungry. I don't see the Nets being scrappy and hungry right now. I think they feel entitled. Like, hey, we're put together. We're supposed to do this. This is the blueprint, right? LeBron did it. Golden State did it, right? You put 3 superstars together and it's supposed to be a cakewalk to the playoffs. I don't think that's the case this year. I would love for us to meet in the second round. It really depends on matchups. We weren't supposed to be here. We weren't. It shouldn't be happy to be here. Hell no, because people who are happy to be here don't show up. So the Knicks definitely will show up. It's not we're happy to be in the playoffs. No, we're in the playoffs. We're gonna make some noise. We're gonna give you everything we got, regardless of who we play. It doesn't matter. It shouldn't be a foregone conclusion that I'll be happy to be here and build for the next year. No, we're in the playoffs for a reason. We earned our spot. We played our spot into the playoffs. It wasn't handed to us. We didn't tell our coach what kind of offense we want to run or what kind of practice we wanted to practice or, who we wanted on our team. We dealt with the players we got and we made it rock out. So, give me all that smoke for Brooklyn and definitely not going to be a sweep.
Practice? You talking about practice?
Talking about practice?
Not the games.
Practice. The game.
I don't want to run suicide. No, get that coach out of here. I don't want to run those.
Took some shots at your coach. Took some shots at your point guard. Took some shots there. So, where
I am in my mind. Where I am in my mind is where you need to be at. In my mind.
All right, Bishop. This is all you, Bishop. So hold on. Let's set you up. Give you the floor.
All right. So, if they were to meet in the playoffs, I think it's going to go the same way it went the regular season. I honestly don't see them winning the game. They haven't seen us at full strength at all this entire season. So, and with that, we still beat them 3 times. So to me, I don't see much else changing. I know people like to talk about, the Big Three only played 7 games together. They might feel entitled. They didn't show respect for the game. Yo, it is what it is, man. Yo, these dudes have all been, aside from Harden, you got KD and Kyrie, they both won chips. They've been there. They know what it takes to be on that high level. Aside from Rose and what's his name that was from the Bulls, like how many of those dudes have even made the playoffs on the Knicks? So it's a whole different ballgame. So I understand that, chemistry is a big thing, and you gotta, you're supposed to respect the game, and you can't just flip a switch, and the regular season is supposed to matter. Nah, man. When you got a team like this, where the Nets are such a powerhouse, and they've been there before, and they, even though it might not have been together, but they've been there in their careers, they played in big games, they understand what it takes to win championships, then you don't really necessarily need that. All that practice and all that other stuff, that goes out the window. They're not even practicing most of the time. Most teams ain't practicing. You know what I'm saying? But we still going out there, we taking teams out. We've been winning all year long. We beat all of the best teams, all of the top teams. We beat the Suns twice. We beat Denver. We beat Utah. You know what I'm saying? We beat the Sixers. We beat the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? We beat the Clippers twice. We beat the Lakers. We've beaten all the teams that you need to beat. All the teams that's in the playoffs, we beat them. So I'm not worried about none of that. If we see the Knicks, it's great for the city. It'll be a great talking point. It'll be a great rivalry and everything like that. But I don't see them taking us out. Maybe at the most, maybe they get a game. Maybe one game. But that's even a stretch.
That did beat a lot of teams. Just want to let you know the Bulls beat y'all too. One game. So we'll put that out there.
Everybody, see, that's the thing about it. Everybody brings their A game to come against us.
Yeah.
There's nobody think about the Knicks.
We get everybody best shot.
We beat the Knicks as well. We did beat the Knicks as well. We beat y'all too. So we'll let y'all know that, because our season don't matter no more. But we did.
Yeah, but now you know what? We did play bad against bad teams. So yeah, that tracks that y'all beat us.
Because my team made y'all play bad.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Play some defense. Beat y'all. You know what I'm saying? Because it was close. Y'all actually came back, and if we were smacking y'all, and then y'all came back in the fourth quarter, and we had the Jazz to win the game. But you know what I'm saying? But we'll see y'all again tomorrow, and then by the time I air this episode, we probably lose. You know what I'm saying? So
the big three's back tomorrow.
We eliminated. Yeah, we eliminated.
Big three back tomorrow.
What more do you want from me? I feel like Tyrese. What more do you want from me?
But I guarantee you, on Sunday when I go to the damn game, the big three ain't gonna be playing.
Well, y'all pretty much locked in y'all spot now, right?
Not yet.
No,
not yet.
We need
if we win tomorrow, then we locked in the 2.
Yep.
But if Philly loses, we could actually still. There's a chance we could jump Philly. But if we tie, they got the tiebreaker. So yeah.
Well, y'all gonna probably beat us, so you welcome. Remember that come Christmas.
Yo, don't say that, because that'd be the type of game that we end up losing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, the type of game we end up
gonna beat us
on some bullshit, pun intended.
And to further, I just got one point. The Nets are 5-2 with the big three. 5-2. Okay. Not undefeated, but 5-2.
5-2.
All right. So remember, we're gonna let you
still win a record.
We 22-7 when James Harden. Well, actually, we 23-7 when James Harden played.
Nobody care about their own stats. The Bulls beat y'all. All right. Hold on. Oh wait, leave that. Rome, it's on you.
All right. When the season started and there was a Nets talk Knicks, did I want the Nets? Nah. Until 20 minutes ago, I didn't want nothing to do with the Nets. But then Pete and Jerry got to yapping. And then I said, you know what? The New York and me said, nah, we gonna battle. We gonna give it to you. Because one thing about New York, one thing about the NBA, what wins chips? Defense. What do the Nets not do? Defend. What do the Knicks do well? Defend. Right? You got Tom Thibodeau, best defensive coach, period. Right? We gonna give you that smoke. We gonna fight you till the end of time. Right? Y'all got the talent to beat us. That ain't no disrespect. Right? But don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk. Right? There's some gangsters on the Knicks. Right? That we'll give it to y'all. Right? We'll test that Achilles. We'll test James Harden's gut. We'll test Kyrie's mind. Right? And then when you get booed in your own arena, Let's see how well Kyrie handled that, because he didn't handle that too well last time. James Harden did not handle that too well last time. But anyway, back to it. There's been times before where 8 seed went all the way to the chip and beat better teams than what was on the court. Beat the Heat, beat the Hawks, beat the Pacers, and then battled the Spurs, right? And lost. All right, that's true, right? But at the end of the day, y'all might win. But KD ain't do it by himself. Kyrie ain't do it by himself. James Harden ain't never been out the second round of the playoffs by himself, right? Y'all going to collect a team led by a coach that ain't never been there before. This ain't Tyrone Lue. This ain't LeBron James guiding Tyrone Lue to the finals, right? And as far as all those teams that y'all beat, Nets fans, we beat them too, right? We beat the Suns. We beat the Lakers. We beat the Clippers, right? Yeah, we lost to the Sixers. That's true. We beat the Bucks, right? We beat the Nuggets. We beat the Jazz. Like, we beat them too. Put some respect on our name, right? I ain't asking for the world. Don't count Stephen A. Don't count those Knicks fans that are jumping on the bandwagon. Nah, this ain't that.
All right. Some good points there.
He might have beat him. No, he might have. The Knicks might have beat some playoff teams, but did they beat Brooklyn? I don't think so.
That's true. That is true. That is a very good point.
Let me remind y'all something too. When the Bulls beat the Nets a few years ago, when y'all had KG and Paul Pierce, y'all swept the Bulls that year, and then they turned around and whooped y'all ass in the playoffs without Joakim Noah, right? Who else? Y'all swept. I remember the Nets sweeping the Heat, and I was rooting for the Nets that year, and they got whooped by the Heat in the playoffs, right?
That we did.
Remember, I hate the Heat,
but we were in the playoffs, though.
Yeah, we're in the playoffs. but you have to be there to lose.
But how much y'all accomplished? The Nets ain't accomplished nothing in the playoffs.
Listen,
look, in the last
I'd rather be there than not.
Listen, in the last 10 games,
it doesn't matter.
We beat y'all 7-3. Like, we beat y'all 7 games, 3 games. Right?
I have the same amount of championships we do since '73. Like, it doesn't matter at this point until y'all win. Like,
it really don't
mean nothing.
Y'all ain't winning though.
But wait, we talking about this year.
Right?
And y'all still losing this year.
Y'all wanted to wait. Time out. Y'all want to talk about a chip. Y'all don't play defense. What wins championships?
Shout out to Thibodeau, great coach. I missed that name. I wish he was in the top 15.
Listen, do we all know? We're all basketball. What wins championships? Defense. Am I right? Aren't y'all like the 20 championship?
Yeah, but if you gotta score the bucket too, and you don't put the ball in the basket, it's gonna be a 0-0 score. Yeah. Y'all still gotta score. Y'all can't score with us.
I'm out.
We can't score with y'all? You crazy?
We held y'all up. I think the most y'all scored on us was 110.
I'm sorry. Right? Yeah. Y'all only beat us by 5, 7, and 6. We can score with y'all. Yes, we can score with y'all.
I keep saying it. Y'all keep forgetting. Y'all haven't seen the entire Big Three. Y'all
haven't.
Y'all hold on.
The difference, though. Unless y'all putting up 200 points a game, it don't mean shit.
It doesn't mean shit because you went Puerto Rican. Whoa! You went Puerto Rican. You started holding up things, man. Whoa, Poppy. Don't say.
Right.
Don't say, Poppy.
Come on. We can't. This is not the same Knicks team. This is the best defensive team in the league right now. Statistically, the best defensive team.
Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't.
Yeah, but y'all been a top defensive team.
Right. Yeah. Numbers don't. You're right.
You lost
0 this year.
Category last year. Last year we were last in every defensive category.
But this year, y'all have been a top defensive team the entire season.
And y'all still haven't beat us. 37 wins, right? How many wins y'all got?
Playoffs are a entirely different animal. My point to you is that you need offense, right? But you guys can defend to save your lives.
That's not true.
When y'all come against a team,
if you look at the stats,
that's going to put the same offensive prowess that you guys have and can bring it on the defensive end, you guys are going to be in trouble. Right or wrong.
If you look at the stats from the time James Harden came on the team to now, we've actually improved. We were dead last in defense before James Harden got there.
Second to last.
Since James Harden's been there, we've actually been in the top 20.
Okay, but how many games has James Harden missed?
Not sure.
He played 43 games. So
he missed by maybe 20, 18.
All right. So coming into the playoffs, you're going to depend on James Harden to carry you offensively and defensively.
He's not carrying us defensively. I'm saying the team as a whole improved defensively.
But who's y'all shut down defender?
Right.
Who's the one that you say, yeah, I'm going to put them on Giannis. I'm going to put them on LeBron. I'm going to put them on Donovan Mitchell.
AD. I'm going to put them on Jokic. Yeah,
First of all,
if the question is Knicks versus Nets, it's who's going to put on Randall, and that's kind of it.
Yeah. Well, all right, hold up. RJ Barrett is shooting like 40% from downtown.
Yo, RJ Barrett was in single digits 2 games ago.
So who's
he wasn't.
guarding RJ?
Talk about RJ Barrett was in single game. He been averaging 20.
And he was in single digits 2 games ago.
So who's guarding
Right,
RJ?
When y'all lost to the Lakers.
That's one game. We lost to the
And then he
Lakers on
bounced back,
So who's
and then he
guarding
bounced
RJ?
back from a 17-point loss. 17-point deficit to score 25.
So
Okay.
who's guarding
Exactly.
RJ?
Who's guarding RJ?
nigga, everybody can guard him.
Anybody's guarding RJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who's
Harden
guarding
will guard RJ.
Harden and Kyrie. One of them can
Guarding
guard.
Randall.
It's not
It's gonna be Blake Griffin's probably gonna end up guarding on Randall.
Excuse me, who?
No, let them.
Who?
I would
Listen.
love to see Blake Griffin guard Randall. I would love to see that.
Look at Blake Griffin's defensive rating.
Oh my God.
He's taking the most charges in the league this
Oh.
year.
That's because he's
Great, but you're standing there. Good job. Good job. Fucking good job.
He's slow.
Especially
That's so counts.
hold up though. With the way Randall plays, where he tries to run down the court like a bull in a china shop, right? Full speed.
That was last
You got
year,
somebody
man.
that's there that's willing to
does this
take
shit.
charges on him. That takes him out the game. You give some fouls on him, he's out the game, bro.
He ain't never foul out.
Different.
He don't foul
You don't
out.
got to foul out. You just got to get enough fouls on for the
Wait,
coach to take him out the game.
Knicks don't play that kind of defense. They play team defense. You don't have Knicks.
I'm not talking about their defense. I'm talking about the Nets. I'm talking about y'all offense. Y'all offense runs through Randall. And a lot of times what Randall likes to do is run full speed down the court as fast as he can.
That was
And then
last year.
if he got the layup, he'll take the
does that
layup.
this
But
year,
if not,
too.
he'll turn around and kick it out.
He does point
Pete,
forward.
Pete,
Move
Yo.
your head to the
He
left
don't-
real quick.
Oh, my bad. Hold on.
No, move your head. No, I'm saying, just move your head.
Oh.
Move out the screen real quick. Okay.
Wasn't that Kyrie defense? Woo!
I'm just looking. All right, no doubt. You can come back in. So
That's Kyrie defense.
We're gonna stop right there because I love this. This is going forever. That's why I saved it for last. Everybody listen, everybody watching, make sure y'all comment as well because y'all can. The conversation continues. Keep ranting, keep raving because just in case it does happen, I'm gonna repost this. we might come back and do it again. But thank you guys for having this conversation / debate. I enjoyed this. You know what I'm saying? I enjoyed it. This was definitely fun. We're gonna come back because the playoffs starting soon. So we might might get some more. Like I said, we might have that Knicks net matchup. You know what I'm saying? If that happens, I got to get y'all back in here to continue the conversation. Shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to all the viewers, all the listeners. Shout out to all the teams that made the playoffs. Good luck. I got to be that guy and be sportsmanlike and say, hey, congratulations. You guys, this could be your year. F y'all, Bulls in 2022. But like I said, shout out to everybody listening. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to all the teams. Appreciate you all. The conversation continues. Until the next episode, we'll do it again later.